Hello, everyone. Can you hear us? I hope so. So we have gone live, and welcome to this IBM Developer Session. We're so glad you're joining us. I'm your host today. My name's Miriam Oglesby. I'm running our developer event platforms in the German-speaking region, so that's Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And like many of you, or many of us this year, I'm in my home office. So I'm joining you from Berlin, Germany. And we'd love to glad you can hear us, thanks. We'd love to make this session interactive, so please let us know where you're joining us from today in the chat. And I'll start with some housekeeping. So Crowdcast is quite a new platform for us, so please bear with us. We're getting used to it. But like you're doing already, please communicate with us in the chat. That's great. For any questions relating to the workshop, you can use the Ask a Question function. Hello from Rome, Paris, Berlin, France, Cologne. Cool. There's lots of people in the chat. It's great to see you. So we'll also have time for questions and answers later. I'm just going to share quickly some information. So the main meetup group that we post all our events in is meetup.com/IBM-developers. And we have a variety of talks, conferences, and hands-on workshops for you. So be sure to follow us, stay up to date with all our events and activities. We also have a Think conference running for the German speakers among you today and tomorrow, and there'll be recordings available. And coming up, we have a range of events and activities at different times, so hopefully you can make them. And like this session is being recorded, lots of those sessions are too. So you'll be able to catch up afterwards. But enough from me. This session is not from me. How do I stop sharing my screen? Click to close. There we go. Found it.
Okay.
This is today a session from our guest speaker, Miguel Crisanto. Miguel is a system architect working in the ecosystem advocacy group, focusing on blockchain and artificial intelligence. So welcome, Miguel. Thank you for coming today.
Yes, thank you, Miriam, and hi, everybody. It is great that so many people could spare time to attend this virtual assistant workshop. I don't know how many of you have already is already familiar with virtual assistants. Maybe Miriam can do a poll afterwards. Exactly. So I will start sharing my screen. Let's see.
So the poll is live, and there's 5 answers, and people have started voting.
Okay.
Do you see the poll too, Miguel?
No. Yes, I can see the poll now, but when I am sharing, then I will not be able to see that, but you are going to tell me. Okay, yes. Let me see. Let's start here. So let me start with the developer platform. The IBM Developer Platform is a repository of developer resources. We have a lot of knowledge in this platform that may be of very much use for you when you start your project regarding any kind of new technology. Not only IBM technology, but technology that are addressing a lot of challenges in the society. So in this repository, we have topics like analytics, artificial intelligence, containers, blockchain, quantum computing, and all this, as you can see here. If we if we go down, then we are going to see call for code. I just wanted to stop a little bit here, because call for code is one of the greatest global initiative that IBM is supporting. So IBM is the technology concern supporting this initiative, this development program initiative that addresses current problems in the world. We had the call for code for the third time in 2020, addressing the COVID-19 problems. Before that, 2018, 2019, we were addressing problems, ecology problems around the world, problems that arise because of ecosystem pollution and this stuff. And the winner, and this is why I wanted to mention that here, the winner 2020 is a group of students, 4 people that are global. They join globally this program. They met within the program and had a very, very nice solution. There was one person from Brazil, one person from India, one person from Mongolia, and one person from China. So a very colorful team. And beside the $200,000 they got, I think the best recognition is that they're going to be in many programs, developer programs, televisions around the globe, where they will be able to present their solution, their ideas. And the solution they submitted for this call for code was a solution for the agri industry, where farmers could be able to optimize their production by taking care on ecosystems in the globe. So maybe you could be one of the winners for next year's call for code. We will be eager, and we will be here to support you, to help you with your submissions and with your questions regarding call for code. So I also wanted to mention the code patterns, because when working with new technologies and working with new IBM technologies, you don't need to start your solution or to start your project at zero, but you can use code pattern which are already there in the different industries, the different sectors and different technologies. These code patterns are going to help you to start right away with your projects, and we are going to follow one of these code patterns for the solution that we are going to present today. And this code pattern that you see here built a chatbot using the Watson Assistant search skill. That is the code pattern that we are going to implement. This code pattern allow a chatbot that has been implemented with Watson Assistant not only to deliver answers to questions, answers that have been already programmed or that had already been already considered when training the assistant, but with the search skill technology, we'll be able to integrate a second service, which is the Watson Discovery, in order to access, for example, documentation outside of the Watson Assistant. So this is what we are going to follow here. This is what we are going to implement following the pattern that is described here. What we are going to do, and here is the architecture of the solution, is we are going to create, using the Watson Assistant, we are going to create a dialog, a customer care dialog, which is already pre-configured as default as one of the samples provided with the Watson Assistant service. And we are going to enhance this dialog with a search skill mechanism that will access a collection, a manual that is already processed by the Watson Discovery. When I say processed, it means it has already been added with the smart document understanding. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So here's the data source, the PDF, for example. It can be also a Word document and other documents. This is provided by the Watson Discovery service. The user using, for example, a GUI application access a server, and the server who communicates with the Watson Assistant service in order to get answers to the questions by the user. So if I click here on README, I will go to the repository where this code pattern is located, and this is here in GitHub. So the repository is here. The server files, the JSON scripts are here, and we just need to propagate this to our local system. So what is the SDU? SDU is a function that is used by the Watson Discovery service in order to train documents, in order to extract some files of documents for indexing, for the Watson Assistant to get better answers that are in your document. So it capture insights in the documents in a smarter manner. We are going to see them. And as I mentioned before, there are several, the documents may be in several formats. For light plans could be PDF, Word, PowerPoint, and so on. Advanced plans could be also a JPEG, TIFF, I mean images that can be used here. Light plan and advanced plan, I'm going to explain that just in a minute. So one, we're going to use this smart document understanding in our Watson Discovery collection. And the second function that I want to focus here on is the search skill function that can be used with Watson Assistant in order to transparently access the Watson Discovery. So we don't have to take care on how do I connect these two services. They are connected over the cloud platform by using this search skill mechanism. So going down, we have some explanation videos, and then step-by-step instruction what to do in order to implement this this project. The first thing will be to clone the GitHub repository, and this can be done with this command in your shell terminal. And then we will have to create and to configure two services, two Watson services, the Watson Assistant and the Watson Discovery service. And then we have here two options. We can use the IBM public cloud in order to to create or implement this project, but we can also use the Cloud Pack for Data, which is a group, a set of services provided on premises that you can install on the local system and that provide cloud services on premises. For example, in order to create a private cloud or to create a hybrid cloud. So in this exercise, we are going to use the public cloud. And I hope you have already created an account. It is free, and you can use the services there. I'm going also to point out what to consider when using the public cloud. As I say, we will configure the discovery service. We will use the smart document understanding function to enhance the document that we are going to use there. Then we are going to configure the Watson Assistant. Dialog skill together with the search skill that we are going to configure here. And then we are going to have a test, a preview link integration test in order to see that everything is working fine. Then we're going to go to the local system and change the environment variable, the environment file, in order to set the variables required to access the Watson services via the API keys and the assistance ID. Then we can start the application. We will run the application, and we can access the application through the localhost 3000, which is the default port. Okay, here is a sample of the output by the application. This has been already implemented and is up and running. And what I am going to do now is show you that is up and running. So first, if I just go to the local host, we can see that nothing could be connected to because the server is not running yet. But I will start the server. I have to change. So stop sharing this.
And while you're switching, Miguel, the poll, we've got a pretty even split. People have some experience, not really, or none at all. Shall I publish the second poll with, are you familiar with Watson Assistant?
Exactly, yes, please.
Okay, super. So everyone should see the second poll if you're familiar with Watson Assistant now.
So now, as I said, we replicate the repository on the local system, and we see the repository is called Watson Assistant with search skills. I will change there. And here we have the environment file that have already been changed. In order to provide the connection to the assistant service. So we have here the API key for the Watson Assistant service. We have the URL, and we have the assistant ID. If you have no experience with that, I will show where you get this information from when we start connecting to, when we start following the steps, step by step. Okay, so now I start the server here, and then I will have to switch again.
And we have a question in the chat from Aravind. What server are you using?
Oh, I'm on a Mac. I'm using a Mac OS.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay. So we are back here, and now we have now we see we have access to the server, and we have a welcome message. We say hi, and the chatbot is starting to answer. So the way how it has been configured, as I said, we use the default for a customer care chatbot, which provide answers, for example, regarding where the stores are located, what are the opening hours, greetings and goodbye, and this kind of answers. For example, where are you located? And says in Union Square, 13 and Broadway. What are hours? Tell me the opening hours. There's another store. It finds store, and this is probably the only store they have. And now I will provide a question which has nothing to do with stores and locations and reservations, because reservation can also be made here, but which has to do with the manual that I provide with the discovery service. And this manual is regarding a heating furniture, which is very popular in the United States, which is ecobee. And I will ask, for example, how to set or how to change the heater. Now we get an answer that says, I search my knowledge base. So it is not coming from the dialog, which is in Watson Assistant, but it's going to the ecobee user's guide and providing information from there. So we don't care about the information which is in there right now, but we see that we get an answer from somewhere else. How to configure the thermostat, and it tells me also from this ecobee user's guide, you can configure how and when your ecobee, etc. So this is you can see now we have implemented both services, and they are up and running. And now we can stop things, and we can start going step by step. What have we done here? First, we have the IBM Cloud Platform here. This is the public IBM Cloud Platform. You can get access for free. You can have a free account. If you are a small company, a startup, you can also participate in our startup program and get credits, 1,000 US dollars a month, in order to use some services which are not for free. Many services are for free, and they can be used for demo, for learning the services. Of course, when you go into production, then you will have to upgrade your license in order to use additional services which are for free. As I said, this is the platform. We have here different information, some news, the IBM Cloud status in the different cloud centers in the world, information regarding plant maintenance. So, well, would take too much time if I go in these areas, but I just wanted to show you which kind of information you can find here. What I wanted to show you are the services that have been implemented so far for the project. And here is the resource list. I just have 2 services. I erase everything else. We have 2 services. One of them is the Discovery for Skill service, the Discovery service, and the Watson Assistant service. Those are the only 2 services that I have running here. I don't need any storage for this project. I don't need any additional services. But if you want to create a service, you can do that by using the catalog. If I go to the catalog of products, I will get some services which are recommended, for example, or I can use here on the left by clicking on services. They are grouped into different categories. For example, storage services that are related to storage, like block storage, file storage, mass data migration, analytics services. For example, I take analytic engines and Cognos and all these services, blockchain services, and which is important for us. What we are going to be using are the Watson Assistant service and the Discovery service. If I don't know where to find them, I just use here the catalog. See, I just go here, search the catalog, and say Discovery, and we'll find Discovery. Okay, in order to create the Discovery service, I need to provide some information. I get this message that I have already one Discovery service running. There's one existing in Light Plan. Light Plan, as we can see here, is for free, and we can have only one service in this one Discovery service in this plan. So I cannot create a second one. But I just wanted to show you what you can use here. For example, you can select Frankfurt as region, then go down, and you need to provide a name for the service, and that's it. Then this create field will be blue if everything is right, and then you can create, and after 5 minutes the service will be provisioned. When the service is provisioned, then we will have we will come to this display, and you can start the service by clicking on the name of the service. So you will get this display, and then we can we can launch the service. So when you start the service, you will have only this Watson Discovery News and nothing else. I already put the manual that we were using with the chatbot. This is why it appears here. So I will upload a second book. In the GitHub repository, you have just one PDF, but I have added a PDF in order to show it to you. And this is a Pioneer mixer manual, DJ mixer. So I will give a name for this new collection. The language is English. The document is in English. And then I get this display. Here I can select the document that I want to upload. So here I in the repository that I've been downloaded to the local systems, I have a subdirectory called data. In this data, I have the EcoBee users guide that I have uploaded, and I add this one Pioneer DJ document, and I say just open it, and the discovery service will upload the manual. It will take some time, and while it is doing that, Miriam, do you have an answer regarding experience with Watson Assistant? Yes, Watson Assistant.
Yes, the second poll, the majority were not really and not at all. And we've just got a question in the chat. How did you connect the service by making API call without even creating intents and dialogues?
Okay, I can show that. We will use the API credentials that I provided with the assistant. I will create an assistant, or I will show how to create an assistant and where to find the API keys for that.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. So once the document is uploaded, we will configure the document. It means we will go page by page and add tag to the different areas in the document. This is the smart document understanding procedure. It means we will identify what in the document, what is a title, what is a subtitle, what are texts, what is a footer, header, table of contents, also warranty and license areas, in order for the discovery service to better process the document when we ask for information inside the document. Any additional questions so far?
There's no further questions at the moment.
Okay. We have to wait patiently here. Otherwise, if we move out of here, then there may be some problems with the document. So we don't want to have that. So we have a green window, which is always good. So one document is uploaded, and we have a warning which says that in this light license, we cannot have a document bigger than 50,000 characters. Okay, this is for demo purposes only. Okay, so then we will click on configure data on the right. Okay, and we have our PDF here and two fields. Here we have the original PDF, and here is where we are going to annotate the fields. For example, title. The title is here, and also here. We'll get a red, and maybe subtitle is here, and this is yellow is just text, like here. And then I click on submit page, and I get the next page. There are, as we can see here, 28 pages. But we need just to change or to train a few pages, maybe 7 pages, thing like that. Then the discovery will notice what are the characteristics of the different fields, and they will do that automatically. So subtitle, again, contents, and then, well, let's say the rest is text, but the footer, just the page number. Okay, and then submit page. So now it has identified here, this is a title, had not yet identified that bold are subtitles. So we are going to help it here. And again, the footer is the page number. So now it has identified that we have here a subtitle, we have some text, and the footer is the page number, and the rest is just text. We just say submit the page, and here again, that we say this is not a title but a subtitle. And so on. We need to submit all pages, even if we don't change anything in the page.
And we've got a question regarding that. Does the document need any kind of pre-processing before uploading?
No. I took just the PDF and I upload this, and this is the pre-processing that we are doing. So we are enriching we are enriching the document. We are identifying the different areas in the document.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So we may also have a table of contents, for example. We don't have that here. So in the EcoB document, there were a table of content. There was a table of content. So
we do have one more
yeah.
question
Yes.
regarding this the document. Could you describe what happens when the document is loaded? How knowledge is created from raw text?
Okay. When we are uploading that, the collection is going to be processed, and then we are going to say that the different areas should be recognized, and the document should be split, for example, by subtitles, for example, okay, or by table of contents and this. So Discovery will use this. We're going to do that right now. Discovery is going to use this in order to provide a better understanding of the document.
Great, thank you.
Welcome. So in this light version, we, as I said, we don't have the capability in order to get information from images or image formats. For example, here, free download. We don't have. We have. We cannot have the information which is inside the image. For that, as we can see it here, we need to upgrade. Okay, just for your information. The same here. So let me do that quickly, because it was just in order to show you how this has to be performed. Okay. Okay, everything has been submitted. Then I can say apply changes to the collection. And for that, we have to select the document again.
We have some more questions coming in. Will the text annotation also work with PDFs of scanned documents, i.e. images?
I didn't understand. Which the text in the images, or the text, or you mean the? I mean, if it is a PDF format, then we will be able to use the text which is in this PDF format. But if in the PDF, inside the PDF, there is an image, we cannot.
Maybe the question is text in an image. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the text in the image will not be processed.
Okay, thanks. And there's one more question. Is these are the field labels the default ones?
Those are the default ones. Yeah, the field labels. You can create additional labels. You can create your own labels. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now we are here in the overview again, and let me see. We go to configure data again. And then we go to manage fields. Oh, before that, here you can create your own field labels. Okay, create new. But for that, you need to upgrade. Okay, we go to manage fields. And here in manage fields, we can select the fields that are relevant for our purposes. So, for example, we can turn off answer, footer, header, image. We just leave subtitle and text and title. And then we said that the document should be split by a field, for example, subtitle. And then we will get just more documents, several documents, and not only one. When we say apply changes to the collection, we select the same document again.
While it's loading, we have got another question with 3 votes.
What do you mean? What?
With 4 votes, is it also possible for you to give some insights into what machine learning or deep learning models were used to develop the smart document search? For example, LSTM, SEC2SEC, etc.
No, I this is in the documentation, I am sure, but no, I don't have so much experience with Watson Discovery, so I don't know exactly which model it is using.
Okay, thanks. I'll post a link to the documentation.
Yeah. So
thank you.
You're welcome. Let me start here again. Before it identified only the text field. Now it has identified 4 fields and is splitting the document. So I won't, because we don't have much time. So they have created 18 documents out of 1 document because it had split it by using the subtitle. Okay. This is the configuration that we have to do on the discovery side. Now we go to the assistant side, the Watson assistant side. And again, when we start the assistant in the resource list, we will get this display. We're going to go this screen, and here we start the launch the Watson assistant. But before that, I wanted to show you the credentials that can be used for applications in order to access this Watson assistant. The API key is here, and the URL where the assistant is running on the public cloud is here. So those are the two credentials that are used in the applications in order to access this Watson assistant service. Okay. Then we start the Watson assistant service. And when we do that for the first time, we just get this my first assistant, which is default in there. I have already created an assistant, and if you follow the code pattern, you have to do create assistant here, provide a name that is relevant for you, and a description if you want, and that's all. um, let me just say second assistant, and a preview link for this second assistant. That's all. And in this second assistant, I can start creating my dialog skill and my search skill. If you follow the code pattern, you will have to use the sample skill, which is customer care sample skill. Now, it displayed is here because I have it already running in the other assistant. But when you start for the first time, it doesn't appear here. This is why you have to go to use sample skill and select from here. Okay. Or you can also import a skill if you have in a repository already on skill. Okay. Here is to create a new skill. So once we have created the skill, then we will have to enhance the skill in order to provide access to the discovery service. First, there are three main elements in order to create a chatbot or an assistant. Okay, those are the first three. One, the intents. The intents are the entities that reflect actions that should be performed during the dialogue. For example, greetings, buy, or ask for the hours, for the store locations. So intents is compared to actions. Entity is compared to objects. So for example, a reply can be yes or no. Those are the values of the object, or some zip codes, things like that. There are some system entities already, which are here, like you can ask for the time, for the date. The system will provide that to you. You don't need to create your entity for that. And then the dialog, which is the tree, the dialog tree, how questions are processed, in which order and by which node. Okay, so we will enhance the intent with one additional intent. Okay, we give a name, for example, Pioneer manual or Pioneer product. And then we create the intent. We have to use several examples for the questions in order for the machine learning to train the answers. For example, how do I or configure the record box? Let's say it is for the DJ mix. I will do that only with two. How do I figure time? We don't have much time. That's it. So Pioneer product is displayed here now, additional to the ones which were default there. And we go to the dialog. And okay, opening here is the tree, opening, hours, location, things like that. Just before anything else, we add a note below help. And here we give a name, Pioneer information. And we say it is if assistant recognizes an intent. And which intent? Here, the Pioneer product intent. Then the assistant should respond with search skill. That's important, that we use a search skill here. That is what does the connection to discovery. Okay, that is it for the assistant. And so second assistant. What I forgot to mention here, for the search skill to work, we need a plus version, not the light version, but the plus version. And we have a free of charge plus version in the catalog, free of charge for 30 days for testing. So now we add the search skill. We can add an existing skill, or we can create a new skill. We can do that here. Skill. We will continue. So now it is going to the discovery service and provides information from discovery service. So I can use here the Pioneer manual to configure. And here, for the second skill, I can use as body, for example, the text, a title. I can use, for example, the file name. And here, I search my knowledge base, and I found this information. This is what I change and provide the EcoB guide name. I can change it here and say the Pioneer. Probably we will not have time to test this. The Pioneer manual. Okay, and then we just create. We leave at three results. So this is actually everything. So we can go to the assistance. And we have the integration. So we are at top of the hour. Okay. Actually, that's everything that I wanted to share. We have the preview link. Maybe just the preview link. So it found Pioneer information. And it says it comes from Pioneer manual. And this is the answer. So we don't have now time in order to adjust the server, but actually that's all you have to do. In order to adjust the server, just have to change the environment variable by using the assistant ID, which means we saw the Watson Assistant Services before, the 2 credentials, and here we have the third one that we need, this Assistant ID, this one, which are these 3 information we need to put into the environment file, and then you just start the server with npm start, and you are up and running. So this is all for today. Miriam, 2 minutes over the hour.
Yep, no problem. Do you want to answer just the final 3 questions?
Yes, sure.
Great. So we have one question, just a simple question out of curiosity. Why do you always have to upload the document over and over at every change?
I cannot answer this question. I don't know. I don't know exactly what is. I was also very surprised. But I suppose the discovery is just when it is configured. It configures just the metadata, and then you have to upload every time in order to process with the metadata that is distributed or that is configured with the discovery service. I think that could have been implemented better. Maybe it will be better in the future. But yeah, that's it's not very good.
Thank you. There is a question, a similar one. Is there another more efficient way to upload a lot of data or information, for example, a bibliothèque, a library?
No, this is the only way to upload.
At the moment.
at the moment. I can try to find. I mean, if we get the name of the person asking the question, I will look at the documentation and get an answer. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could share the best way to get in touch with you.
Yes, sure. Yeah. I can provide my LinkedIn or.
Great. And while you're doing that, I can read. We have quite a long question. Do you think this might lead companies to make a greater effort to consider how they write their instruction documents so that they can provide more conversational and approachable resources for use by both humans and chatbots?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I think is documentation. We all know documentation is very, very difficult. I myself, I wrote some red books, which are cooking books for IBM technologies. Well, a long time ago, in order to really have good cooking books, you have to consider a lot of samples in a lot of different environments, and this is not very easy. I also did a manual, and yeah, you have to have a lot of different examples, a lot of different environments in order really to do a good manual. But not only that, but language is also a problem. I know all our books are always translate to Japanese, because they provide the money for that. They the Japanese translations are very good. Also the Chinese translations now, but the translation in other languages are very expensive, very difficult. Yeah, translators are not very good at the time, but they are also getting better and better. We also have a translator service in the public cloud. Yeah.
We did have a question earlier while you were presenting about the language support for Watson Discovery, and I've posted a link in the chat to the supported languages for this service.
Okay.
There's one final question. Are there any embedded link generated by Watson so that the chatbot can be used on a website?
Yes. What I showed, it was this a preview link. Okay, you can use this link. Maybe I share the screen again.
Go for it.
I did something wrong. Moment. So this is coming from the link, and let me see. Here. Those are the settings. So here, Pioneer preview link. This is the link that can be integrated in, for example, in a website, and have access to the services from there. Okay.
Great, thank you.
Okay. There's also a way to access a page from the assistant, the other way around, not accessing the assistant from a page, but to accessing a page from the assistant out. And this is one of the options that we have with the Watson assistant. Let me see. For example, oh no, the skill. So here, webhooks. With webhooks, we can go outside to a specific URL. Okay.
Great, thank you so much. And there aren't any further questions, so I think we're okay to close the live stream. Thank you everyone for joining us and for staying. It's been really great having you here. Yeah, thank you for your interaction and for so many questions. We're really glad that you joined us today. And thank you to Miguel. Thank you, Miguel.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Have a nice evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.